Alrighty then. So again, this is going to be a best of 3. Is going to be 5 rounds compared to the 3 rounds that we have actually seen in the previous games. This is tonight's grand finale of the NA Playtourney 2v2 event. I say there's going to be $250 up for grabs, 175 going to the winners, and 75 going to the runners up. As we already see Lucy taking some massive damage here, as we dropped pretty low. It really could go either way, as the Shifu on the blue side dropped pretty low as well here. We're seeing the Rukan and Lucy seem like a nice comp, which we did see in the previous round, placing up against Sirius and Shifu, which we did see from earlier. But a nice pickup from Khan, who's going to be, looks like he's going to be able to easily pick up both members of the blue team here. Best be nerfing Khan. GG. Nicely done. Alrighty then, coming into round 2 then of tonight's final. Big hype. I say I probably have another 3 keys to give away, which will be after tonight's event. So hold on, bosses, you may just about get lucky. As we see Khan getting pretty aggressive onto Sirius here, some nice damage being traded between the two, but Khan definitely coming out the best on trade. He sets his focus onto the middle orb, but does actually lose out. A nice in cap from Shifu onto Lucy allows the blue team to easily pick up that one. A nice deadly infection is going to trade the blows pretty even here, as we see them look to fade onto these. A nice whirlwind, but a great panic coming out the red side. Lucy there is actually going to knock him away for the time being, but unfortunately still holds quite a lot of energy here as he's able to get his ultimate within a matter of seconds, leaving Khan in a 2v1. He's going to turn into a Shadow Beast form, getting some nice damage off, but a great in cap is going to hold him in place and waste that ultimate. As we see the blue team looking pretty commanding here in the 2v1, a great weekend coming out of Sirius. And the Impaled Javelin, he's going to be able to leap over the wall and delay things for the moment in time. It looks like the blue team are going to be taking this 1 apiece. Nice. Alrighty then, we're going to be coming into round 3 now then. As we see it even apiece. Again, this is a best of 3, so potentially we still have another 2 games to follow up this, which will be a best of 5 as well. Or first of 5, should I say. We see the red team charging in. Getting pushed out a little bit at the moment. Sirius's Petrify is going to miss the target as they switch their focus onto Lucy. Not too much happening here as she is able to panic one of them away. A nice Kundru coming out of Shifu. He does actually have his charge impale, but does miss the following hit, which could prove quite costly. A nice weekend coming out of Sirius is going to allow some big damage to come out onto the red side. Nice Petrify is going to hold Shifu in place, but Sirius still able to pick up the middle orb from his teammates, so he gets a nice counter proc here from Lucy. Shifu with the ultimate up, looking to pop down Lucy already as the trading blow for blow, but Rukan putting some nice damage down onto Sirius here. This really could go either way as most teammates are holding that ultimates at the moment as we see Khan enter his beast form. Can't make up his mind, making good use of his pull actually to make sure that Shifu makes nothing happen with his whirlwind. A nice Petrify coming out by Lucy does allow the, unfortunately the blue team still actually did secure the middle orb, but that was great use of the claw then coming out of Khan to keep his teammate away from trouble. Denying that whirlwind ultimate. So we're seeing counters all over the place, blow for blow being traded. Looking pretty even at the moment. Red team maybe looking a bit more commanding as Khan looks to go aggressive on the bottom side. Middle orb is up once again. He is able to dash out the incoming Petrify. A nice Petrify coming out from Lucy is going to be able to secure the red team the middle orb this time around. So we're about 30 seconds away from sudden death. We do see Sirius have his ultimate ready and see what he actually pulls off with his Ancestral Beam this time around, getting a nice heal off onto his teammate and also putting a bit of damage onto that red side Lucy. It was nicely played. And the counter isn't going to be propped by Shifu this time around as he did actually get a nice whirlwind onto Lucy. She is going to be able to roll out of danger and somehow stay alive here. But being this low, I feel that she'll be able to struggle to stay in this thing, and Sirius are going to get quite aggressive. But once again, Khan being on point with his hooks, being able to pull Sirius away from his teammate for the time being, only to be impaled by the blue side Shifu. As much as nicely played with the Khan, with Lucy being that low, it was always going to be hard to turn things around. Nice jab and toss. We're going to see a big Petrify coming in from the blue team, and this should be picked up any second now. Any second, maybe? Oh. There we go. 2-1 to our blue team. Praisethesun taking the lead for the time being. Again, this is a best of 3, guys, so we still potentially have another 2 games to play out for tonight's final. We'll see how it pans out. Yeah, indeed, the in-cap is very strong. Looking pretty good here at the moment, especially with the weekend coming out of Sirius. So that can be comboed with the fully stacked Impale. That's a lot of damage, for sure. Yeah, Rukan's ult is quite easy countered, especially he gets locked in place and he's just kind of screwed and nothing happens out of it. I quite like his X-Shift abilities, as the heals he can get from them are pretty nice, especially the space bar. It does a nice amount of damage, and also consumes quite a amount of health if he can get in the right position, especially between 2 teammates. But this one's certainly been favouring his Shadow Beast form, making some nice hooks happen, but not being necessarily as effective as we'd like at the moment in time. As we do see Khan getting aggressive on Sirius. Shifu is going ham on the top side, a nice amount of damage he's put down with his Whirlwind, and we do actually see Ancestral Beam finish off the Lucy here. She has actually dropped a full ultimate for Khan, who just actually ended his Shadow Beast form. I think he's going to be in trouble in this one, as the blue team look to be taking a command and lead in our first game of the best of 3. He has entered his Shadow Beast form and is going to be trading some big blows at the moment. But not enough to turn this one around. That's some massive damage coming up from Shifu. Alrighty then, we're going to be coming into round 5 of our best of 3. So essentially we've still got another 2 games to go, bosses. Like I said, there is $250 up for grabs in this NA final. Big money at stake, with the winners taking home $175. You never know what they could buy. It could be a big Saturday night, or maybe a little bit of upgrade on the computer. Definitely be staying away from the console. Shifu taking some massive damage here from the Khan and Lucy combo, and he's going to be on the retreat. And nice use of his javelin is going to be able to screw up the middle ult from his team. But that was some big damage coming out from the red side here. Great use of his Whirlwind ability to drop the Sirius low as well. And I think the red team are going to be looking pretty commanding in this one, as Khan lands a nice Shadow Bolt onto Shifu, who doesn't actually make anything happen this time around with his Conjure ability. And Ancestral Beam really isn't going to make anything happen with them being that healthy. Nice. 3-all. 3-2, even. Nicely played by the red team. That was some massive damage that came out onto the Shifu there. I don't really know where that come from. He must have caught him on the edge there. He just got absolutely pounded. They can do that again. They'll be looking in good position in this round. Hey, once again, he's already lost 20% of his health here. As Khan and Lucy getting aggressive. Nice deadly infection, already dropping under 50% health. Sirius is going to be able to struggle to try and heal through this, as we've seen some nice damage coming down. Great use of the avoiding to pop his Conjure, but they do actually pop Sirius's in the meantime. But nonetheless, Sirius is the focus here, with a nice silence coming onto him. And the blue-red team looking pretty commanding, as they do avoid Sirius's counter this time around. But nice damage coming out from Shifu onto Lucy as she's about to drop. The next thing that come out of nowhere, the red team were looking pretty solid then, but Shifu making good use of his Conjure to get behind Lucy with the fully in charge player plus the weaken out of Sirius. Proved an insane combo, and it looks like we're going to be going to 4-2 in favour of Praisethesun. Damn, son, that damage in the end there was insane. The weaken, like once Sirius can land a nice weaken, especially with Shifu's got a fully charged Impale. Deary me, that was huge. Alrighty then, so if Praisethesun take this next round, they will be going on, or looking favourable to win the tournament. But potentially another 2 games still to be played after this, depending on how things pan out, and maybe seeing some switcheroos from either team. Once again, Shifu again a bit aggressive here, but already losing 50% health as he actually panicked to the bottom side of the map as the Sirius is in a bit of trouble. Some nice damage coming out from Khan onto his teammate. It does actually miss his claw here as both teams start rotating to the mid lane. Mid orbit is up. It's going to be picked up by the blue team. Sirius's counter isn't actually proc this time, as Shifu looking to get down on the Lucy. As Khan starts focusing down on his teammate, a deadly infection actually going to drop him pretty low here, already losing a big chunk of his HP, as again both teammates on the blue side actually missing out on their counter plays, and that could be pretty huge here as the red team look commanding. Sirius is going to get petrified in place as he tries to go aggressive here, and I think he's accepted his fate and will be picked off, taking this for free. Still in favour of Praisethesun, but a nice comeback coming from Glory to be God. Nice. Alrighty then. Coming into the 8th round of tonight's first best of 1, best of 3. With a lot of action already, and once again the blue team getting pretty aggressive here. As Sirius is unable to actually get his counter proc, which may prove costly, but Shifu putting some nice damage onto the red side Lucy, and big in-cap coming out. He's going to follow him with his javelin toss. Sirius is going to be able to use his leap to get back in there, but Lucy able to heal herself up. It was a nice panic. Going to keep her out of trouble in the meantime. Does actually lose out into mid-orb thanks to Shifu's javelin. How will that prove as Rukan lands a nice hook onto Sirius, trading blow for blow. A big silence going to drop him under 50% health, but Shifu keeping an aggression. A nice ancestral beam is going to chunk out Lucy pretty well, along with the whirlwind combo here. There's going to be some big damage onto the red side healer, but not enough to finish her off, and really still looking pretty even with 2 ults being chucked away there. May that be a bit of a worry for the blue team, as we see Sirius dropping pretty low. Some nice damage coming from Wukong. A bit of a early ancestral beam here and not making anything happen whatsoever, and that could actually end up costing them. But Shifu making some nice damage up on the top side. Where's Whirlwind ultimate? Lucy is going to be able to roll out of danger and actually avoid the incoming javelin. Wukong looking pretty healthy here. This might be going to 4 apiece, as Sirius once again getting his counter not procced. Shifu does try and jump in to help his teammate, but they're not looking in too much of a good position right now. As we see Sirius somehow jumping, actually getting his 3rd ancestral beam off this game, but really not putting the damage out that he really wants to be doing, as he's trying to avoid the incoming Rukan. Looking a bit of trouble on that bottom side. Looks like he's about to get picked off, but a nice petrify will keep him alive for the time being, as we're 10 seconds away from sudden death. Somehow the blue team are still in this, but I don't think it's going to take much for the red team to turn this around. We'll wait and see what happens as Shifu getting aggressive. His whirlwind is going to come out. It's going to do some nice damage onto the Rukan. Not what he really wanted. I think he could actually have picked off Lucy there if he'd have played that right a bit early, but still some nice damage coming down and a big turnaround coming out from the blue team. A big petrify coming out onto Khan as he sets his focus onto Lucy, but a nice panic is going to keep her for the time being, as we have ended sudden death, and this arena is going to start getting a bit smaller as Shifu once again getting aggressive. Does actually fail on his Impale and Conjure, along with his missed javelin toss there, proving a bit costly. A nice ancestral beam is actually going to put some reasonable damage onto the red side, along with healing up Shifu, and the blue team looking pretty good here, even though they did actually get knocked out the arena side there. We do see the slice and dice coming out, and I can't call this one. A nice ultimate once again coming out from Shifu, as both members of the red team looking pretty low here, and Rukan is going to be dropped, leaving Lucy to fall. Damn. That was pretty damn intense, for sure. Whew, dearie me. Good job to Praisethesun. They're going to be taking this first round of the best 3 series. Again, this is tonight's final. $250 up for grabs. Winners taking $175, and the runners up taking $75. Will be a couple minutes until the next one, bosses. Alrighty then, guys. We're going to be getting underway right now. We'll once again begin to see in Praisethesun coming into tonight's final against Glory to be God. And we'll see how this pans out. Currently get rid of Fog of War for you guys as we see who takes this first round. Again, in the best of 3 series with first of 5 rounds. Nice Ancestral Beam coming out, but it's going to be countered by the incoming Rukan here. As Shifu getting some massive damage coming on onto Lucy here. This is looking pretty good for the blue team. Has another great weaken coming out from Sirius onto the red side. Lucy, she's in all kinds of trouble. Big Petrify is going to be able to keep her alive at the moment. Unfortunately, her teammate's petrified as well at this point in time. And it's going to allow the blue team to switch things around here. Nice bit of focus coming out from Shifu as he once again goes ham onto Lucia. Nice Petrify will keep her alive for the time being. He does get in a nice jab and a toss, but a great pullback from Rukan will keep her alive for the time being. He's actually going to get knocked out of his Whirl and Wind, but does enough damage this time around. The Great Ancestral Beam is going to drop her down as we see Rukan currently full health in the 2v1. Some nice damage coming out from Rukan as he potentially tries to turns around. Again, Praisethesun did win the last one. I will quickly update that after this round finish. A nice Ancestral Beam. Kind of misses most target. It did start off quite nicely, but things got a little bit bad towards the end. As we see both teams trading, and Rukan somehow still in this one as we're about to enter the final closing stages of this map. Again, another big Shadow Bolt, but it is going to proc Sirius' counter and causing all kinds of trouble as a big weaken coming in. Comboed with the Impale is going to give the blue team the lead. So Praisethesun did actually take the first round. So I'm going to be giving away 3 keys after this game, bosses, depending, or if we go to another game it will be after that, but after tonight's final I will be giving away 3 Demonic Mount keys to 3 lucky viewers. As we see each team trading blow for blow, pretty even at the moment. Some nice damage coming out from the blue team, massive incap coming out onto Lucy here. As we see Shifu collaring on the aggression, nice Impale, does actually waste his fully charged Impale then on Bin Air. But the blue team still looking pretty commanding. A nice chunk of health coming after Lucy. Once again, followed up. She does actually use her barrier to keep her alive for the time being. She's going to roll out of most of the Whirlwind, but still taking a massive chunk of damage. As we see in the blue team looking pretty commanding here. Rukan is going to actually miss his incoming claw, and it's not going to be able to help his teammate out this time around, as once again he is stuck in a 2v1. We'll see what we can pan out. We're about to enter sudden death. A nice Ancestral Beam coming out from the blue side Sirius. We'll see how this pans out. As Rukan trying his best to turn this one around, but in all kinds of trouble here. A nice Word and Wind is going to lock him down in place and taking us 2-0 for Praisethesun. So again, they are currently 1-0 up from the previous game. This is a best of 3. So if they win this one, they will be tonight's champion, taking home $175. Looking pretty commanding at the moment with the 2-0 lead. We'll see the red team charging in, obviously in a bit of a bad place at the moment, glory to be God. Can they turn the things around? We'll have to wait and see. But once again, Shifu getting on aggression on Lucy here, putting some nice damage, a nice double in-cap coming out on both red side members, and it's going to allow them to take a massive chunk with that weaken there as Lucy drops under 50% health here. Sirius carrying on the aggression. The barrier is going to keep her safe for the time being as the blue team once again pick up the middle orb. Petrify onto Sirius, but it is going to actually be broken by Khan as he uses Whirlwind to chunk Lucy down to 10% at the moment. Nice damage. Once again, a great follow-up with that jab and toss. Unfortunately, the Petrify just misses on the outside there, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. We do see him miss his fully charged Impale. Lucy trying her best to avoid the incoming danger as they actually change their focus to Khan and look to try and pick up the middle orb, which they do secure. Ultimate up is for Khan as he transforms into Shadow Beast form. Will this be enough to turn this around? He's actually dropped Sirius pretty low here. A nice pull away is actually going to with most of that Ancestral Beam there. Nice play by Khan to keep his teammate alive and also make sure not too much come out of the Ancestral Beam. His counter is actually going to be countered as we see Lucy dropping pretty low. Another Whirling Wind coming in, but both the red team are going to be able to use their dashes to escape the incoming danger. And this really could go either way. And great pull once again coming in from Khan, and he's really turned this one around as a big Petrify coming out onto Lucy, onto Shifu. Is going to make the red team look pretty commanding here and kill the comeback begin. I think Shifu accepts his fate, and we're going to see Glory Be God pick up their first round. Khan putting down the damage. Nicely done. Khan is putting out the pain train, but we'll see how this actually plays out into the next round, as both teams starting to enter the middle arena into our fourth round tonight. As we see Sirius and Khan trading blow for blow at the moment. Shifu actually putting some work down onto Lucy, but kind of getting the worst end out of this. With a nice barrier coming out from him, who's going to avoid the incoming damage. The big Petrify is actually going to just about avoid Khan as he makes good use of his teleport to avoid the incoming lockdown. Nice trade coming between the two as a panic away from Lucy. We do actually see Ancestral Beam coming around. Not too much coming out of this one, and this is looking the red team looking in pretty favour again as Khan really making great use of those pulls. Whirling Wind is going to hit both targets pretty well here. A nice Petrify coming from Lucy is going to allow Khan to start putting some damage onto Sirius once again, and the red team starting the comeback hype for sure. As once again, Shifu stuck in a 2v1, trying to make the most out of his ultimate here, but accepting fate once again, as he does pop his Kunju for one last time this round. Nice. 2-2. Again, Praisethesun still lead 1-0 in this best of 3 series. Currently level 2 apiece. With a few more rounds still to go, maybe we might be seeing another game just yet, as the red team is certainly starting to mount a nice comeback here. As we see Khan getting aggressive, not making too much happen as he does actually miss his claw as Shifu putting the impale down onto Lucy, but did actually miss up that fully charged one then, which could be pretty huge, and panicked away is going to buy some team time for allowing her to regroup with her teammate. Middle orb is up once again. We'll see who hand this falls into as a nice in cap coming out of Shifu is going to allow the blue team to secure the first orb in our 5th round. As we do see him actually end a stealth here, he's going to start putting some trade down on the Lucy. His ultimate is up. Lucy Ancestral Beam and the Whirling Wind. I'm pretty sure Lucy's going to be dropping any second here. A nice Petrify will delay things for a time being. She does actually hold to the top side, and Khan trying his best to keep his teammate alive. He is petrified at the moment, which is going to allow the blue team once again to pick up the middle orb. But Lucy's in all kinds of trouble. With only 34 health remaining, she tries to chuck out down as many heals as possible. Khan taking a bit of a beating here, as Lucy just really can't help out her ally. Does miss his claw. He's able to actually jump out the incoming Petrify, but it's going to take a baseball Whirling Wind here, and the blue team are going to start it all back again. 3-2. Like I say, there will be 3 giveaways to give 3 mounts to give away after this game, bosses. So if you want to win a demonic mount after the tournament finishes after this game, or potentially another one depending on how things go, I have 3 keys to give away to you lucky viewers. As we see the red team taking blow for blow from the blue team, looking pretty good at the moment. A nice panic coming out into Sirius and allow a big shadow bolt coming out from Khan as Shifu working out on that top side, really not making too much damage on the red side Lucy at the moment, but following that with a nice impale here, and that barrier is going to be quite easily eaten through as we see him actually using his Whirling Wind on that bottom side and dropping out already under 40% health. Some big damage coming out of Shu that was purely on his own, and a nice in cap as we see the blue team look to secure the mid orb for the first time this round. 40 seconds already down. Nicely done by Shifu. That was all on his own then. That was some massive damage. Unfortunately just didn't have the follow up as they look pretty commanded at the moment. But again, Lucy already under 40 health at the moment as a nice Whirlwind comes out, but a Petrify will keep him in place at the moment. The Rukan is actually doing big work on Sirius himself here as once again See, Ancestral Beam does actually get a little bit heal onto his teammate, but probably not what they're aiming for here, as the red team look to turn things around. And Khan looking to carry once again. Another big pull is going to lock Sirius down, but a big in-cap will keep him in place for the moment of time, as blue team do once again pick up this mid-orb. A nice amount of damage coming out from Shifu onto Lucy, but a good Petrify and a Petrify onto Rukan will keep this game going back and forth. I feel Rukan looking pretty healthy at the moment, and that could prove pretty costly. You do actually see Shifu get aggressive on this bottom side. A nice in-cap. We can get that impale, but a nice panic away will keep him Lucy alive for the time being, as mid-orb is up once again. It's going to be picked up by the blue side. As we look into Shifu again, aggressive here, along with Sirius. Nice combo coming out. Ancestral Beam is going to actually whip again. Ancestral Beam not really making the work that has been needed, really. It's not been putting out the heals, and it's not necessarily been putting out the damage, which potentially could cost the blue team this round, as Word of Wind is actually going to be knocked away. But Shifu trying to keep up the aggression onto the red side Pearl as we end a sudden death. A nice Petrify coming out onto either damage carries, as we see the blue team actually pick up middle orb. Khan does enter his Shadow Beast form and easily picks off Sirius and eats Shifu alive. Nice. 3-3.
And I'm just here for fun.
Alrighty then. Game on. See both teams entering the middle arena once again. Will we see another game coming out of these two teams? As they're real trading back and forth here, and it could go either way. All it takes is that one miss impale, or the one miss roll could end up costing them. That's how close it is at the moment. A nice pullback coming onto Sirius as Shifu starting to put some damage on the red side Lucy, but once again a great panic is going to push him away, but does allow him to secure middle orb, as he once again does actually refodder on that damage. You see Ancestral Beam actually being cancelled midway through, not making too much happen here, but it is actually going to allow him to still hold 50% of his energy bar for that. Could be pretty good to the blue team, as he wasn't actually making anything happen here, as we once again see Whirlwind just about get enough damage down. Probably not what he was actually looking for, but it do the job, as we see Ancestral Beam come out for the second time this game. Dropping Lucy pretty low. A nice weekend coming out from Sirius along with the Shifu combo. Is going to drop him low, but Rukan once again going ham. He ain't too happy about this. He does actually miss the fallen hook and does proc the incoming Kanju. But it looks like, even though the Whirlwind Blade coming out, the red team are going to be taking this for free, and maybe onto a second game. Third game, even. Third game. Nice. Good job. So this is 4-3 in the favour of Glory to be God. Obviously we did see Praisethesun take the last game, so if Glory can take the next one, they will be taking us to the third game out of our best of 3, going all the way. We'll see how this pans out as both teams once again enter in the middle arena. We're going to see the orb coming up in about 10 seconds. Not really too much happening at the moment. Sirius looks to get a bit aggressive. Nice impale coming out of Shifu onto Lucy. Her barrier is going to keep her alive for the time being, and the Sirius combo is actually procced here. Nice panic coming out of Shifu is going to allow them to start focusing on the blue side support, but Khan does actually miss his incoming claw. As Shifu looking to get aggressive on the Lucy. Mid orb is up once again. Nice shadow bolt coming out. Khan is going to be able to easily secure that for the red team, as Shifu making some nice work down on the red side. Lucy with a big weaken there. She's already going to be dropping to 50% health, but does pick up both health orbs. Once again, seeing Khan enter that Shadow Beast form has been pretty deadly so far in this best of 3 series. Mid orb is up once again. We're going to see Ancestral Beam coming out, healing up his partner a little bit, but not making too much damage. They both look to get aggressive onto Lucy, as all her escapes are down. She's just about in time to be able to roll out the incoming danger and get her barrier up, and somehow still surviving, as Khan going aggressive on Sirius, and really could go either way. Khan certainly being the carrier at the moment. But Lucy is split from him, but a nice body block from Khan is actually going to deny Sirius from getting onto his target, as he looks about to finish him off. As Shifu on the top side could potentially be dropping in, as we do see Khan pick off Sirius and Shifu taking it down. So here we go, carry v carry. Ultimate is up for Khan. We'll see how this pans out as he lands a nice hook here, going for his spin to win instead of the ultimate ability, and also using the seat. That's going to be 50% of his energy already wasted. As he gets a nice soul off, a big word and win coming out. He actually does pick his ultimate from his teammate here as he actually goes into beast form, but a nice in-cap is going to run that ultimate out pretty quickly, and Shifu's turned this one around so far. Nice pick up from the red side though. Shifu does pick up both green health orbs, which is pretty much an even trade. But sudden death is really closing in here. Big miss coming out of Khan, and a big in-cap along with a jab and toss is going to be a nicely turnaround by the Shifu. I feel that was Khan's to win then. One or two missed skill shots ended up costing them. That's all it takes these days. Once we're getting down to the nitty gritty of these top teams. 4 apiece. If Praisethesun win this round, they will have $175 on their name. But potentially may still see another game. Khan and Lucy looking pretty strong here, but a few mistakes in the end by Khan and actually end up costing them that round. As we see Shifu getting super aggressive, he gets some nice damage down onto Lucy, but she's going to panic away and start healing herself up. But out of nowhere, Sirius putting some massive damage down onto Khan, already under 50% health, making great use of that weaken all on his own now. It's nicely done as the blue team do actually pick up middle orb in our 9th round here. Blow for blow being traded pretty evenly at the moment. I'm rooting for our red side so we can see another game between these two teams that's pretty much down to the wire. Petrify is actually going to miss his target as once again the mid orb is up. We're already 50 seconds down. We do see him use his claw to put it towards him. He does get the heal there, but unfortunately losing out on the orb in the process with a nice in-cap coming out from Shifu. And Celestial Beam again not really making too much evidence. Do you see Petrify coming out onto Shifu? A big weaken is going to drop Khan pretty low here as he uses his dash to get to the bottom side, but already on 20% health. It looks like we may just have our winners unless Lucy can make a massive turnaround here. She's trying her best. She knows what to say. There's $170 up for grabs here. As we are going to see her throw out her ultimate. But unfortunately, not going to be the case as Word and Win does pick her off. And we have our winners tonight. So congratulations to Praisethesun, who take the series 2-0. A close one in the end, 5-4. Nicely done. So don't leave me just yet, bosses. I'm just speaking to the devs, and I've got 3 more keys to give away to you guys, which I'm going to sort out now. So give me a minute or two, and I'll be able to hand them out. But congratulations to Praisethesun. Great work with the Sirius and Shifu. I thought Khan and Lucy were about to turn that around and take it into a final game tonight, but it wasn't to be.
To go in. Another great use of the wall, and does actually make nice use of his ultimate. Again, hit him into the wall, but unfortunately just not having enough damage to knock him back here. And it looks like red team are going to be taking our first round of our best of 3 final for NA.